Matchup between Eaglemut and Snoopa will be played on Malaysia. Game one is going to be the Haudenosaunee taking on India. We did see Haudenosaunee versus Japan between, was it Max and Chiss in the last series I casted. So it's nice to see that another Asian civilization being played on Malaysia. But kind of Iro coming back in, a bit of a fan favourite for Malaysia. Is Eagle going to go for the dock build as well? He's got his Travel out in the field scouting around. I think Eagles of the old school, let's say. I think he's going to try and drop a house somewhere and play more of a standard kind of a Eero players are used to. If he's going, let's put it this way, if he's going to go for a dock, he would have done it by now. So he's chopping for a trading post actually in the top side. That's interesting. Snooper won't see it straight away. He's going to go the other side, and an early H1 trading post, house in base, instead of trying to drop it around on the side. Do you think Eagles are trying to rush India here? I mean, okay, he's got a beginner deck. He's got land deck. He's got naval deck. He's got mantlets. Obviously, his opponent can't see this, but this is his deck that I'm sure he's been playing. I don't know about the 11 how, but it is an H3. That's a bit of a lull shipment. What's this? Is that a villager a coloured wagon? Yeah, it's 1,000 coins. That's actually pretty decent, actually. But yeah, there's the mantlets. Yep, that's his deck he's playing. Eaglemut. What are you doing? This is a competitive series, Eaglemut, between you and Snooper, and you're going to try and mantlet him? 7 Huron allies. So the other thing is, like, Iro and their cards, they have native combat as well. Such a strong civ to go natives. And we're talking about Yoruba and the Yoruba legionnaires and the pop, the kind of the doubling tech. Iro would be an absolutely S tier with the Yoruba because they're infantry. Infantry attack on the Yoruba Legionnaires, infantry HP on the Yoruba Legionnaires, native combat on the Yoruba Legionnaires. You have a wood shipment, you have your travois as well to build a trading post if need be in the second age. You have all the tools available to kind of help you there. You've got the mixed crates to try and get a few cavalry out while saving up for the clone tech. You got triple techs with those strong units. And the thing with the Yoruba Legionnaires is that they're super units. They're super heavy musketeers. 90 food, 90 wood. And if you can get upgrades on those units as well, they will just become so scary. That the fact that just thinking about triple card Yorubas is because even the native combat tech will buff the Yoruba SO riders. So it's something to think about with Eero. I was playing. I want to say I was playing versus Gimmick. I'm guessing it was Gimmick. It could be anybody in the ladder, but I was playing versus someone who's ranked about 40 odd, 50 odd in his account. It was a New England game. I was playing I was actually playing India actually, but he went basically triple card Cherokee rifleman, and these guys in the second age had about 400 HP on top of the infantry attack, HP, explorer buff, native combat. It was really strong. Haudenosaunee mantlets have the most upgrades for the mantlets, yet they still are not great yet. So the thing is, what Eagle's doing, he's doing Age 2 Huron mantlets instead of Age 3 Eero mantlets. Same type of unit, same functionality, but the thing is, when in the third age, other civs have better tools to deal with it. And in the second age, because this is a coin shipment, you get more bang for your shipment. Let's say I would say more bang for your buck. So you are paying for it, but you kind of this is okay. This is one thing I really dislike about the influence shipments is that traditional mercenary shipments, you pay coin, they come in delayed, and they arrive, but you only get like access to one or two. When you have a whole line of influence shipments, there's so many shipments which provide double valued shipments than it should. Like it should be like, oh, I'm not going to pay any influence to send my Avis guns in H2, but I should only get to send 5 of them in a ship. No, I only get to send 4 of them for free in a shipment. So, that kind of thing. The fact that you get these influence shipments makes those civs very strong. It's also, it's also what I noticed with India is H3 India is ridiculous because Yurumi and Mouse they cost rares to send. You might say it's a bad thing, but it just makes the strength of the shipment incredibly strong when they do actually do arrive. Anyway, all great resources here. Snooper's sniffing around. What's he see anything? If he checks the deck, he probably notices that something funky is in the deck of Eagle. So there's 5 Tomahawks. It does. Well, he's actually opened up with all great resources and instantly calling Huron allies behind this. I'm hoping that from Eagle's point of view, he can try and get the Eero scouting party. He might actually want to just eat all of these water buffaloes as fast as possible, because if you're going for a unit shipment like the Ratlets, you're basically saying, okay, boys, I'm all in. You just push your chips into the center of the table and you're committing. But if you are going to commit, you are going to do it fully. And that is where you stop making vills, you start eating your bisons, you start sending your units. There's 5 Tomahawks, 5 Aenas. Mallets are coming out. You're starting to take this fight before the Mallets are on. And Sepoys are amazing versus Tomahawks. Of course, the Aenas behind doing quite well. There's the Explorer. I don't think he got a crack shot in just in time there, pushing it back. But yeah, there's still potential here to eat these buffaloes to get that extra 5 Tomahawks in to keep your Matlets safe. So yeah, these guys coming in 45 siege, 40 range resist as well. So you can tank the aggro, they can tank the Sepoys. Caravans are coming in. These guys, land infantry, range infantry. Yes, they do get countered here by Sours, but the other thing about Huron Matlets is if Snoopa is being super OP and high IQ, he should be going with the Ottoman Consulate to call the European Minutemen with the Indian Minutemen, the pikes and the rifles, puts the Minutemen into melee mode, bypass the 40% range resist, and do 13 times by 2 hand attacks, so 26 every time they swing a club, which obviously they melee attack twice as fast as they hand, and just decimate the Matlets. But this is an interesting push here from Eagle. Snooper's actually feeling a bit pressured here. He's only just got the Ottoman Consulate in, can call minutes if he wants to, call Indian minutes here, shipment available, a bit howl, so you can't really call Sours or get them going. So there's the Age-1 Sentries. These guys, they don't have multipliers versus siege units actually, so they're pretty poor versus Matlets at all, and that doesn't work. Seaboy can't get produced because he's got no housing, because the Matlets is sieged a house. House only having 1,000 HP, quite easy to siege. Snooper's Eagle still has 6 Matlets. Okay, this is actually getting quite dicey very quickly here for Snooper, but he does have access now to European Minutemen. He's calling in European and Indian rifles. So these guys, notice the 2 multiply versus siege. These guys, they have 2 multiply versus siege. This is where the Matlets have to run. They can't take these units on because they are siege trooper styled units. He thinks he can hold on, but that just instantly goes down, and yeah, they're just running away. The thing is, 4 speed, 5 speed, Matlets 3.5. I know the drag box is very easy to do, but Eagle, you gotta keep your rest of your infantry away from 3.5 speed. You know, Matlets is just slowing you down. Look at these Sepoys. They look like they're running, but they only got 4 speed. But they're just catching up. And if you're gonna run, just run to the war hut. Oh my god, there's a lot of vills there. There's a lot of vills there. Okay, so gonna turn around and try and fight. Fighting coming. Has the Canya's been sent at any point? I think Canya's been. If the Canya's came in now, regulars low HP, the Minutemen 1 HP as well. This is Aena territory. Just turn around, pick all his units off. That'd been so strong. I think Snooper has spent his exports on the Bostanchi Hussars here. Can't really afford villagers after calling the Minutemen, but I think Snooper's clocked that Eero has gone very aggressive here. Very, very aggressive. And by going 4 vills here, it's probably a bit too greedy. So timing a cavalry batch of 3 Hussars, 4 Sours, with another batch of Sepoys, this is going to be a real strong go time. And yeah, okay. another batch of Tomahawks. Has Eagle called his hero scouting party? I don't think he has just yet. And if he has the ability to do so, it'd be very nice to get his always extra heavy infantry. He has 10 Tomahawks here, but it just pains me to see these units slowly walk through the trees. Dun 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 dun. Slowly going, slowly going. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Also going right at the back of the base. I know it goes around the aggro fort, but you do allow yourself to get trapped, and it's one of those things that's lower elo players it's or players around my elo as a lower elo player myself. You're thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be a good push. I'm trying to get a massive raid on all these villagers back here, and then you just see this coming behind, thinking, where's my escape route? And you're thinking, oh no, I haven't got an escape route. These villagers are idle. They're gonna try and blend into the sand. They're gonna roll around and say like, hey, can't see me. I'm all in the sand. But most of this is just weak to cavalry. Most of it is actually Tomahawk based, but all the trees are messing with Snoopa. This path in for the tree is absolutely shocking. Cyclaw's a bit delayed. The cavalry's already gone down. They haven't touched anything. The Tomahawks have actually done pretty well here, but I think there's enough infantry here of Snoopa just getting on top of everything that Iro has, and just villagers here tanking. The villagers like, yeah, don't mind me. I'm just going to gather some food while all this is going on. And I can't help but think Eagle's rush now has kind of finished. It's failed. It's achieved. It has achieved, but it's not what was required. And 35 vills now for the Haudenosaunee player versus 32 there from India, with only the first wood trickle sent, not even the foreign logging being sent. So it's still a game going on. Obviously, Eaglemut sending 5 vills behind to kind of keep this eco going. You know what? Eagle doesn't actually have a bad eco. He just needs to get a market down to someone to get the hunting dogs. That's one thing he could do to really help his game at the moment, is to get a hunting dog somewhere. But he's not too far off. He does have decent villager production. Snoopa did obviously feel a bit on the back foot. Okay, we've got cavalry and Tiger Claws about to run into Tomahawk, so luckily they do back out. But double Warhawk defense versus mainly a musket army and musketeer defense here from Eagle as well. Quite a lot of these guys, yeah, 1 HP on the Minutemen and Irregulars. Great value has been taken from these Irregulars. Probably the best irregular costs benefits I've seen in a long time. They've stuck around and done a lot of damage. Eagle's still way behind. Yeah, I think Eagle's on the back foot, but if you look at the numbers and eco, it's not chalk and cheese. And the thing is now, sending infantry attack, big batch of Aenas, purely food unit as well. It's such an efficient unit. It's an upgradable unit as well, and especially after conservative tactics being sent as well. These are really upgraded units. Same strength as a Dutch skirmisher, but with double rate of fire. That's something these sepoys can't engage with. That they need to go back and think of something else. They need to go Gurkha Sour maybe, try and hold up. An age up to the 3rd agency Yumi will probably spell the end of the game if Snoopa can achieve that. But let's look at Snoopa's deck. His deck's oriented for potential water play, but he's kind of sacrificed a little bit of that himself, trying to send shipments to defend. He's now sending 5 sepoys. He's sending 5 sepoys, but he's kind of pushing out, moving back in. Retreating is definitely the correct decision here. Still on the Ottoman consulate. I think he's waiting for his villagers. I don't think he's got enough export yet to have sent the villagers. He might have by now. 38 villagers. I think it's probably a not having. I don't actually know. Okay, he's ending relationships. He must have already sent it by now. But he's taking it. Oh, I'm so slow. I generally thought his actual villager being trained from the town centre. I was like, oh, he's trained a villager. No, he's actually sending it. Alright, see you later, Peach. Nice seeing you again, as always. Gurkha's pushing into these double war huts. Aena's making that front line. It's a bit of a shame, because as soon as they set up, they already got a face full of lead. And by the time they send their first volley, the Gurkha's nearly about to send their second shot in, but It's the stand and deliver. Let the Tomahawks move back, but try and keep the end stationary. This is a good position here from Eagle. It's the best he can really hope to achieve. Has Eagle even sent those 4 canyons yet? He hasn't sent 4 canyons. Just 4 canyons here would be amazing. He got a shipment ready to go as well. But yeah, it's the Tigers on top of the Tomahawk army here. Hyenas behind, going to get picked off by the Gurkhas. Some good, just splash really. The Hussar tanking some damage. The Indian Explorers are down. It'd be nice if they were full HP, but yeah, Eagle's going to back off here. Kept most of his army somewhat alive and just is able to kind of keep moving and let the Warhearts do the damage. It's not actually that over, because here comes the 5 Canyons. There's a shipment still from Eagle to send either Tomahawks or Canyons. Canyons is a strong shipment, Tomahawks is double carded, like both of those are great. If Canyons came in, this could be a cleanup. It's still an open game. It feels like it's like India's like 98% chance to win, but it's not actually that. Hyenas again now just going on to the Sepoys. 2 times multiplier versus these units, only at 180 HP because the Brit Consulate has never researched behind this. So that's 30. Basically, it's a perfect 5-hit kill on a Sepoy, and that is just a nice kind of round number that the Hyenas get to when taking on Sepoys with the double cards in that situation, and that the Sepoys don't have the Brit Consulate. It's just these little details which make fights look decisively go one favour, just go the other way. And yes, only now calling in the Canyons and Tomahawks, and if at least the Canyons, if they were in that present fight, or if they timed it with that batch of 5 Canyons, that could have cleaned Snoopa's army. Would still like to see a fire pit come down at some point here from the Honshu player to get the war dance to help the next big engagement if there is one. Honshu player out and about, he does have his berries housed and walled off. That's not great building placement. It's not the end of the world. But with Imperial bureaucracy, if he does have it, berry is actually really good to gather from. Certainly do not gather from them, but yeah, they are there to be gathered from, and you don't have to walk far to get to them anyway. Not coming down here from Snoopa behind this. 1 fishing boat, 2 fishing boats in queue. Please, this game, Snoopa, if you're going to do this, send yourself your foreign logging. Don't go for East India men here. That's one thing I would suggest. Because it's not like it's because the Asian equivalent doesn't give you faster train fishing boats, makes it just really not good at this moment in time. Nice raid at the back line though. 4 Canyons on top of the line of villagers. Brit Consulate is in, but no great coats here for Snoopa. And the Explorer's here to be annoying as well. Well, just getting revived and getting it out there. It's really nice play. Indian player pushing in, but there's a Canyon pop from the shipment on top of the Gurkhas. Eaglemut having a good timing attack here. Actually, just so many units just coming out of nowhere. It feels like Ero's on a low eco kind of game plan, but it just has these strong units just continuously being produced. A good engagement, all things considered. Canyons versus Sours. It's something Ero player would be very happy to take. And the island, the villages, which comes with the territory in its own right. Another shipment ready to go. 600 wood likely to be sent at this moment in time. Triple producing Hyenas at this moment. And has woods to basically get his cannon production going. A couple of water buffaloes been eaten now. Like it's a miracle how these weren't eaten earlier actually, but now they're being harvested and kind of Eaglemut's like making the most of this opportunity. Snoopa sends it in 2 caravels, thinking that Ero's in the water, but he's playing an old school boy in Eagle. Eagle's not up to the latest trends of the Age 1 dock opening, so that's a wasted shipment. I suppose these guys can fish. Fishing's good. Yeah, fishing's good for caravels. No, this is Jesse, this is a closed league, so everybody plays everybody in every round. Each round is play all 3 games, so lots of action, lots of close series, and all these players are similar ranked. It's a bit shame watching Kaiser's Legacy Tournament, because it's a single elimination. It's like, okay, Oliver, welcome to the tournament. Okay, thank you very much. Excited to play? Oh yeah, very excited. I've actually got the game dusted off to play just for this tournament. Okay. Well, your first round opponent is Kaiser Klein. Ah, okay. What happens if I lose? Oh, you're at the tournament. Oh dear. Yeah, no. So yeah, I've gone for a league format. I've always wanted to do a league format. I think Age of Empires needs leagues. I don't think like cup tournaments is where the Age of Empires should be going. I think leagues really work really well, and how like basically seasons. Like everyone loves a footy season, and at the moment, Eagles season cooked off to a bit of a rough start. But it's put in a decent shift. Snoopa, I think, lost down to Herbie, but his last series versus cast it today, I completely forgot. Went quite well for Snoopa himself. So players have different times to shine. Their form comes in the window, and it's just really dynamic. And I've seen so many close 2-1 series. Apart from that being the most statistically likely outcome as well, but it just feels close as well. Okay. Snoopa pushing forward with Sours. No cards on them just yet, actually, from Snoopa. Yes, we've got the double camel cards yet to go, but I don't think he really wants to send them, actually. He's just camels versus mainly pure infantry double-carded army just wreck through Sours so quickly, just to lower HP. They're going to turn around and go onto the Aenas, but the Tomahawks will just fire and they will just fall over pretty quickly. Especially the Canyon's blocking as well. And yes, the Sours do pick off for about 7, 8 Aenas, but they've all gone down. And it's still Aenas firing onto the Sepoys, and the Sepoys are like, didn't the Camels supposed to kill the Aenas first? But yeah, no, it's been a good engagement. Canyon's moving to the back line, pulling back some Sepoys, Snoopa. Snoopa's had some really close to the Aenas in combat, but actually moving away goes into their prime firing range and actually just takes heavy losses on the retreat here. Oh my god. Do not mess with the Aenas and their fast rate of fire. If you're committing, you gotta commit. And is Eagle turning this around? Like, it feels like it's just... this game continues to amaze me. And the Aenas are doing very, very well. And actually, India is very exposed on resources. So is Eaglemut. And it's soon, both players are going to see each other. Which is the biggest thing to happen, is once they see each other gathering, they're both going to head straight for a beeline down to here. And I feel... oh, there they are. This first villagers are sharing the same hunt. And this is going to get very messy very, very quickly. Only if either player notices. In the meantime, both players in a bit of a lower time, bit chill. Eagle just doesn't have a shipment, but he does have 1,000 wood spent because he's got to go for a dock. He's going for a dock transition. That's quite nice. It would be nice to see him go for the top side too. 2 caravels he's got to deal with, but I think Snoopa won't just randomly pull him across to the other side. So I think Eagle may actually get a couple of fishing boats out first, which is actually very nice. I would like to see Eagle go for a second dock though. Second dock is so much more defensible than just the one. And that you can spend your wood, all that wood, so much faster as well. Cavalry are going for a bit of a charge to rescue the war hut, but they get mowed down by the Aenas. Eagle knows about this. He's pulled his villagers away. He knows that they're here. Okay, now he's putting his army towards it. Oh my god, this is going to be huge. Okay, it's time to pull back. There's a castle nearby as well. Coin one back here is extinguished. The only coin one he has access to is outside the space here. So it's got to the point where Snoopa's actually starting to push forward. He's actually he's moving his coin miners down. He's moving his food gatherers up. It's a bit weird, but it's still fun to see. Unfortunately, though, I think Snoopa is about to get absolutely destroyed. Oh, he does see. It's good to see that he sees. Aena's here just to snare would be so good as well. There's a dock coming down here from Snoopa as well. I've been sneaky. But the villagers, kill the villagers. Put pressure. There's so many villagers over here being idled. Zam's going to try and run in and chase down. And Zam Gurkha versus double-carded Aenas. You have to favour the Aena player here in terms of military. A couple of villagers try and get out, but maybe that's just hit the wrong button. I don't know. They've just quickly gone to their grave. This Warhut's just doing so much damage versus the caravels, and obviously, he's gone with mass canoes. I think Eagle's overdone the canoes here by quite a. That's a quadruple pop of Tomahawks. He's got 28 Tomahawks. Eagle's got this. He's got so many units in the field. Okay, we'll lose this to the Gurkhas and to the Warhuts. That's a bit of an unfortunate spawn point, but it feels like Eagle's units are pretty there. He's got access to the water, cleans up the docks, the fishing boats, the caravel. Just needs a fire pit and he's done. He would have an unkillable massive units in the second age. That's what it feels like. And yes, that Warhawk will go down, but at least he's got his army kind of where he wants it. I don't know. Okay, 50 Vil Eco. Snoopa's at 72. I was hoping for more Vils being killed at the bottom side, but still, the upgrades here from the Indian players not really going to keep up with the era upgrades. Actually, this should be a really good fight here for AMs. Obviously, firing twice as fast as what a Gherkin can do. The Camels just running. They can't do anything. I think Eagle would have been very wise to make some Canyas as well. It's just a distinct lack of cavalry. It's just been massing Warhawk units, which is absolutely fine. But forcing Snoopa into making more Zambraks just helps. Just look at the Gurkhas go down. I think a couple Canyas in here would keep them snared. The Zams move in, and then the enemies would just turn on. But that felt like a real positive fight there for Eagle. Just doesn't have the eco to keep up at the moment. So he needs to really, obviously, win this fight, and then go for the water. The canoes can fish. You know, they're not useless. They're bad, but they can still fish. So I think if Eagle actually makes fishing boats here from his docks, which I hope it does instead of just canoes, because canoes are very bad at fishing. They're obviously they're designed for military uses, not economic uses. Yeah, look at this, 0.22 food per second. It's on the food, but Eagle's got there's just no sign of him actually wanting to make normal fishing boats, and there's so much resources here for him to take. That he's going for a farm as well and berry bushes. Oh no, Eagle. Eagle, why'd you do this to me? Oh. At least he's spending the resource though. Double farm. Can get the farm upgrades as well. Has a market. He hasn't got a market. Well, how are you supposed to trade resources if you don't have a market? I cannot play this game without a market. I'm too lazy in that. I always trade my resources across, and yeah. I was playing a game today versus Eternal Mage, and it turns out you only need one side of Malaysia to have enough resources to get to boom to the 4th age, it seems. So the fact that Snoopa's still in this water here, not really being dealt with, means that he's going to have a strong eco. Eagle not really kind of catching up and returning the favour. I hope Eagle knows that these guys fish at a substantially lower rate. I mean, it's still something, but 11 Vils is about 2.5 food per second. That's, well, 2.5 steel trap Vils, maybe 2 steel trap Vils, 3 hunting dog Vils from Eero. It's not really like massive eco. You wouldn't count it as eco. Canyas on the coin mines, that's really nice. The Zams get a couple shots on the Canyas, but the Canyas get out of the way, but the Zams realise that if they're in range, they have to run. Surprisingly, both players still in the 2nd age, realistically. Like, Snoopa now sending in Fish Market, which will, it's a very good card to send, especially on 25 Vils. It will pay off. It's, 25%, so that's a 6 Vil, 7 Vil card, and obviously the coin lasts somewhat infinite as well. Snoopa just needs all the coin he can get. He's got no access to coin over here. He does have the whales, so I would have liked to see Snoopa on the whales earliest. That way, he could prolong the life from the fish. But you do have access to the rice paddy as well. He's making rice paddies now. Yeah, he's got food at the back. He needs to change these over to coin. Don't feel too bad for changing them. Yeah, he's got them on the coin now. It looks like it. Perfect. So yeah, it looks like India will get to the next age eventually. And will not be stuck in the 2nd age, where I think Eaglemut is well, there's a coin mine here is available. You've got still coin mines in base, not really gathered from, so he doesn't have the possibility to do that. Eagle, he's having the resources 2 age. He's got 3 villages, 3 shipments stacked up because he's got nothing else to send in the 2nd age, because he still has his trading post gathering XP all this time. Finally, we might see both players go to the 3rd age, and this game just continues, it seems. But Snoopa's at 200 population, Eaglemut's only at 115 population, and I feel that the eco here from the Indian player has kind of outlasted the Eero player. That's a little bit too much. Snoopa committing crimes against humanity here, pushing while aging. Never push while age. Just look at the Zams fall over. You wouldn't believe they're double carded, but they're double attack upgraded. Just when you see arrows and tomahawks chase them down, they just melt. Utterly melt. Oh, bits. I didn't really plan to cast Snoopa games. Just Snoopa didn't play his league games from when they're meant to be played. So I had to kind of catch them up. So, but it's always a pleasure to cast Snoopa games. It's always a pleasure to cast Eagle games as well. It's always a pleasure to cast any games. Luckily, my graphics card allows you to see the units in between the trees. Maybe Eaglemut was praying that Snoopa could not see these units and don't know what's going on. But luckily, we see a bunch of blue guys running away from a bunch of yellow guys. And yes, I mean that is the Indian civilization. So yeah, these guys are on the beach. They're just going to get picked off here. And yes, the elephant just headbutting units into oblivion. And Snoopa has committed the ultimate crime of pushing more age in. But still wins the game because he's that far ahead. So well played to Snoopa. Is that going to be the game? Yeah, I think it is. GG's been called. Well played. A half-an-hour game for game number 1. And yeah, Snoopa taking that one. It's going to be going over to him. Oh, long game. Good game. When you said to me, era rush, I'm like, okay, era rush, game's over in 10 minutes. 7 minutes maybe. But Eagle just kept training units, kept getting there, and actually, the only thing let him down was the build production towards the end, but even then, it was early game was really good considering he was Russian as well. Like, Eagle, I thought, played that really well. I'd be quite happy if I played that game from Eagle's point of view. He still lost, but he lost with style. He lost with my admiration. And you made it a lot closer than I thought it would be. So fair play for you, that one there. Cool, let's head out. No, I'm not playing ranked games, I'm casting, aren't I? Recorded games. God, I need some water. I'm done casting. Eaglemut wishing his opponent good luck, have fun. That's so polite. And Snoopa replying with the U2. Usually if someone says good luck, have fun to me, I just give them the mandatory yes taunt. Just type in number 1. They know that I mean them well, but I can't be bothered to spare the APM to go through all the niceties of typing out messages and smiley face emojis and this and that. I like to do my talking after the game usually. We're on Pampas Sierras. This is Eaglemut's home map. Eaglemut did lose the last game, so Snoopa gets to pick first. He's chosen to play as the Russians on Pampas, where Eagle has decided to play as the Indian civilization himself. I know that Eaglemut's main civilization is the Indians. I think Eaglemut specializes in Asian civilizations compared to, let's say, other nationalities. So we saw him play the Haudenosaunee there, but I think he's really good with Japan, India. Not much of a China fan, I don't think he is, but I think that's the civs that Eagle was best known for. And yeah, he's done really well with the Llama War, 6-2. Snoopa there losing control of the 3rd and 4th on his side, but yeah, only getting 2. 40 coin in base, 25 coin in base. There's a trap nature scout. Apart from that, there's no real treasures nearby here for the Russian player, which is a bit awkward from his point of view. On the far eastern side, 40% HP for explorers. That's huge for Eaglemut, and 2 stray llamas by 2 wolves. An easy treasure to take for India as well. This is a great map for India. It really has to be said, and the treasures so far for this spawn not helping Snoopa one bit. Snoopa saying I'm a toxic person. Well, someone better get that ban hammer on big old Snoopa. Get him out of here. Nah, I'm messing. I'm not toxic, I'm just a bit ill at the moment, I feel. Team Shivaji Tactics makes an appearance here for Eaglemut. Eaglemut having the Rajput card as well as Dravidian Martial Arts and the Tiger Claws. No Desert Terror here. I think Eaglemut's the type of player who likes to like send 5 sepoys and send 5 Rajputs and just try and just push in with lots of infantry. It's a type of play style that Eagle likes. Like he will go forward aggro. He's not much of a sit back, Carney Martyr, boom, play fancy, try go A3 and play it that way. He's just like, right, I want to spam Rajputs, sepoys, anything, just instead of move and pray. It's certainly a good. Did you want to give him the good night hammer? Well, it's his morning now, I think. He says he plays from Australia, so he said his sleep schedule's messed up. So I think actually kicking him out of the stream will probably put him in a bit of a weird, like, do I go to sleep? Do I stay awake? What do I do? But if he stays for the next couple of games, then he might just nod off by himself. So who knows? We might be doing him a favour by keeping him in the chat. So the first age cards distributism has already been sent in by Eaglemut. Aggro coming down in base. Aggro's coming down in base. This is different from Eagle. Kind of expect like a mid-map play, but I suppose there's also the villagers here from Russia. And to be fair, versus Russia, do you really want to try and go mid-map wars versus it? I'm not too sure you do, but I've seen so many games on the Thar Desert between Russia and India back like 2 years ago, 3 years ago that I don't actually know who wins because I think both sides have options to win each other. I want to say that the Indians have more tools at their disposal to win like forward-based wars versus Russia, but long may those games never come back. Those Thar Desert games, there were some scrappy games, and I'm not too sure many of the players like playing that game. Being banned in Harrison's will keep me up for hours. I'd be so haunted, wouldn't it? It'd be like being banned from kindergarten. Like, it's not even a good stream. This stream, it's just this is Harrison's stream. I've been banned from it. God, what am I supposed to do in my day now? Eaglemut's looking to take this armor of Arkantos treasure here. Positioned himself quite well. Got his elephants pretty healed up. To be fair, when he's age 2, it doesn't really matter how you take your treasure. I'm sure it's an art to taking the treasure with Indian explorers. When you're in the second age, it really doesn't matter. You have extra HP, extra attack, and just even the natural stomps come into play as well. Make this a very, very nice treasure to take as the Indians, basically for free. And these guys are now 475 HP, tanky elephant boys in the second age. 5 sepoys being sent card number 1. So sepoy Russian in base aggro. Consulate coming down, maybe going for a delayed consulate push with the British consulate. We'll see how he plays this. Opening up with Strelets here. Okay. Snoopa going for a Strelet opening. Let's ride with him for a bit, see what he's up to. Checking his deck, the same deck he had last time possibly. Maybe a small variation in the age 3 lineup. This nearly mature wolf pup is going to be taken by Snoopa. It takes the Strets a embarrassingly long time to kill a single wolf. These guys are not as strong as units, aren't they? They're pretty disappointing, but en masse they certainly do pretty well. Honestly, trade very efficiently. Eagle sending in 300 export behind this. He's still kind of opening up with his consulate idea. Only the market coming down now. I think market can come down a bit earlier, but it's when you're playing versus a Russian opponent, maybe you're kind of hitting those earlier timings. He does see the double Strelet, so if Eaglemut hasn't clicked up the Brit cons already, he's going to be clicking up with Ottomans very, very soon. I think 5 sepoys, 300 export into 4 sours. Maybe you can wait go for and log in for a bit first. Or if he really wants to put the agenda, you could go 700 coin. Stable, train sours, and then send sours as well. That would be a really strong push. But Snoopa opening up with double Strelets is just asking for trouble. He's not even sending 5 Cossack, 4 Cossack. He's gone spice trade and 700 wood. These elephants, they on their own themselves can just take down his double Strelets. And well, to be fair, the 2 Strelets is not really an army. It's just a skirmish force. It's just there. If he loses it, it's not the. I mean, it's nearly the end of the world, but it's not the end of the world. The eco behind is pretty decent. But I think Eagle just he needs to make lots of sours, the Bostanchi Hussars. And yeah, later the Rajputs will come into their own because that's when the Cossacks do come out. But yeah, it's an interesting game. Interesting to see how this develops. Trying to raid India's base with Explorer, or just scouting. Yeah, just scouting is quite useful. Doesn't see these sours come out, but that was there from the shipment from Eagle. So Eagle got the shipment, got all the export for Hussars. He's not quite actually calling Hussars, just saying he needs to do it before he fights. He needs to do Hussars now in this fight. He needs to make the most of this export. He's got raids saved up. He sent the 300 export card, but he's not using it. Hussars would have been good night there, unfortunately. Hussars and Minutemen would have been good night. Snoopa let off there, I think. Let off the hook. Yeah, spice trading to 700. The 700 wood was on the floor delayed, and then now he's going for... yeah, 700 coin probably then to 5 Cossack. So the coin will get the food production. The coin production going. But now with the spice trade as well, he's going to have a real superior food eco, so he can make good use of, you know, just producing units on double blockhouse stable. It's okay though. India's still got strong units. They're still growing to get into this game and grow into it. We'll see what Ingle's up to. Okay, he's now calling the Bostanchi Hussars. He's essentially his classic 5 Rajputs. Eagle loves this shipment. I don't know why. He just loves this shipment. They're good, but they're... okay, statistically, in terms of their stats, they are good, but how they function, they're just not good. They charge in head first and they get picked off so quickly. Got to remember, Struts are skirmisher units. They do deal double damage to Rajputs. So, you know, Rajputs could be very good versus, let's say, civs. Like the British, they could do very well versus maybe Swedes or Spain or Germany. Like civs which don't have a double multiplier skirm unit in Age 2, it's just... that's kind of where the Rajputs sort of shine. But I think here the Rajputs, they're really strong overkilling units trying to take on cheap Russian units. It's just not really a matchup the Rajput really wants to do, because when you cut down one Charlotte, well, there's another, at the moment, another 20 to go as well, so it's a lot to do with. I'm starting to get really tired at the moment. Knew I shouldn't have done this third series back to back. Might be an early bedtime for me after this as well, to be honest. Okay, double batch of musketeers being trained. The coins starting to be spent very quickly. Just have 5 years on the coin mine, but 21 still on food. 1.26 food per second. That's spice trade and steel traps working together. And the mass from Snoopa is growing. Now you can tell that Snoopa is just waiting for... I would say he's waiting for Boyars, but he's already sent it. So he's just going to wait for the 5 Cossacks and try and push him with a bit of a larger mass, it feels. Still needs to build a few more houses. Build a house, buy some wood, get more houses down. He does want to try and complete his Cossack batch as well. Maybe he can lay off the strata production for a little bit, because they're expensive in terms of the wood cost. Eagle behind, so he does have the market down. I want to see what tax he's got. Civil servants hunting eagles, possibly. Yeah, hunting civil servants and the first tier mining one. That's just double wood tech and the silver servant. Yeah, I think Eagle's got a decent text coming in. But he's certainly not fully ecoed up. He's now sending koi. He's looking to try and age. Which, yeah, I think aging works, because I mean, otherwise other things... If you stage 2, I don't think that works at all. So trying to age up here does work. There's going to be a big defense here. Eagle will do his very best to try and hold on. But Snoopa just backing off here, actually. He's not too interested, which is a bit strange. I think Snoopa, from his point of view, you can tell he wants to try and age up. Okay, the coin is actually on the floor. This is definitely a gather with 5 villagers type coin on the floor. If you've got more than 1,200 food already, it's just gather up as fast as possible. But I suppose you need to wait till this village be trained. So yeah, once these settlers are trained, I guess you just sell what you don't have and click up. So yeah, so we'll click up now. Agent with the Exile Prince, Bachelor Strats and Q, and Snoopa now just waiting, so he can send lovely text like the cavalry combat, the strelak combat, research veteran strats, veteran Cossacks, and just get that military advantage technology going. Eagle himself is aging up. He's aging up with the. God, that could be the Tower of Victory or the Charminar Gates. It could be the Charminar Gates. So it's going to be giving the Mahout on the age up, which would be really nice. It just thinks there's going to be a lot of stuff here for Eaglemut to upgrade here, and just overall, I think the Russian eco is just going to be so much better. Snoopa is the type of player as well to drop down a town centre with the Russians, and when you have 2 Russian town centres working, yeah, their eco just spirals out of control. It's so strong. It's so good in that sense. Here's the Cossack struts just still chilling. So Snoopa's up. Eagle is about to hit up now because obviously he's got 8 villagers on the Charminar Gate. He's walling up as well. Is Eagle trying to do like a FI? Well, if he wants to do FI, he would have gone with the Taj Mahal for the 1,000 coin. He could have tried to jump, but 1,000 food stockpile. Maybe he's going to go for a big shipment like the 2 Mahouts, I think, would be what I'd be sending right now. But he does need to get some housing down. He just needs more stuff, to be honest. He needs a lot of wood to upgrade all his units, though. He needs to upgrade Vet Seaboy, Vet Gurkha. Going 2 siege elephants, that's smart, because you know that the falconets are coming here for Snoopa. They're already sent. I'd accuse Eaglemut of map hacking if I could, but that's just good game knowledge, to be honest. Know that these guys are on the field coming their way. Gonna take a long while before they actually even do get to the main fight. Meanwhile, the Russian army is slowly moving forward, marching across. Strats being sent first as cannon fodder actually hits their feet. It looks like it. They're not hitting the body, just hitting the feet. Okay, those shots definitely hit the chest. That's some good shooting there from the Gurkha regiment. Very proud. Anyways, Eaglemut, he's still on the Ottoman constant, so he can see these Falcons in the distance. Yeah, he does see them very. So his elephants are moving, positioned around. Okay, the Falcons are getting in. This is a time for the elephants to turn around. That's a double kill on just 1 volley from the siege elephants. They've paid themselves off already. Just need to back off and I guess now just try and fire on Strelets and Musketeers. But yeah, it's been so far really good defense there from Eagle. And Snoopa lost his falconets, and I think he's now thinking, right, let's send Strelet combat then and just do it the hard way and just mass units and just endlessly trickle in. Mansabdar Gurkha already out. Where's the Mansabdar boy? This is our game today. Can we find the Mansabdar? Yes, there he is with the golden chains and the golden cap. Still quite hard to find him though, really. Thing is, Eaglemut, he's only got really 1 hunt into his. Oh, he's got 2 hunts. 2 hunts merged into 1, and so he's in real big trouble. Ideally, he wants to try and get a town sent out here just to secure line of sight. 2 mines, the trees, the hunts as well. That's where he wants to be pushing. But Russian is. Snoopa's just happy with this, to be honest. I think he's just happy. Second stable coming down. Probably going to start. Would you go Cav Archers here? I know he's got 5 Cav Archers here, but when you've got this amount of Cossack, I mean, obviously you can train, vet Cossacks and Cav Archers. It's not a crime. It just feels a bit weird having like a 4 unit comp here. Also, a lack of town centre here from Snoopa is not Snooper-esque. Snoopa likes to usually do a bit of a greedy play, especially when it's full map as well. That's the curious thing for me, is when you have full map and map control, that's when the town centre pays off, because you've got all these hunts for that town centre to work for. It's not like your town centre in base, but all the villagers are going straight onto a tree line and just that's it. Gurkhas utilising their range and damage behind a wall. They're going to get too close for comfort, though. Rajputs have done absolutely nothing. He's run through the wall. He is the Messiah. Oh, he's dead. But, yeah, the Mahoots now getting on top of the straight line. Cossacks now getting on top as well, but the Gurkhas are here quite exposed. Sepoys do go into melee, but these only colonial Sepoys. There's just been Gurkhas, but only colonial Sepoys here, so not ideal. The Mansadar Sepoy looks a bit more fleshed out than his other Sepoy brethren. But Eaglemut needs to return to home. This is not a fight he wants to take. He's losing units. And meanwhile, Russia's eco is looking very fine at the moment. 53 vils. Lots and lots of food available to go for mills at some point. I think he will do that now, actually. He's just bought the town centre, which is the global queue for everybody of, I bought my Explorer, I'm building the town centre now. So Eagle will know that, but he's got bigger problems on his plate. He's knocked off his only food source. So Eaglemut has no food income. He's training Sepoys when there's a whole bunch of strats still on the field. The siege elements are great, but it's not what he really needs. He needs a Mahout to kind of come on and smash all this. But I don't think that's going to be happening for the time being. Continuously trying to retreat, but Snoopa pressing the advantage here. He does have town centre being queued on this side. Is Explorer building it, or he's going to get some Vils tasked? I think Vils being tasked on it would be a very useful opportunity for him. Manspadar Gurkha just been trained as well to buff all the other Gurkhas, so these are strong. Manspadar 300 HP as well, 22 attack. Sepoys have a 35 attack. Struts only having 11 with a ×2 multiplier versus Sepoys. They do have to kind of back out and try and maintain some distance between them and the Sepoys themselves. But reinforcing veteran Cossacks, the Cav Archers, the securing the Hunt as well, and the I'm building my third town centre and mass producing villagers behind this. Snoopa looking to be in a mighty fight position. There's the arsenal. Does he have counter infantry rifling? He does not. He has so that's about 40%. That's just Boyar's veteran Cossack, isn't it? 15 plus 20, 35. 10 is about 22 HP times by 22 HP times by 4. Quick math, 88, 45 HP. Where's he found 45? Cav. Has he said Cav combat? He's saying Cav combat. It says Boyar's veteran and Cav Karas. He has Cav Karas. He hasn't sent Team Cavalry Scouts. We have town centre wars. The best way for Snoopa to win this is to garrison his villagers into the town centre. The town centre has double attack versus villagers when garrisoned by Vils. And Eaglemut is just running right past this town centre. He's going to try and wall him in. Oh, lovely play. Lovely play. Love that. Double batch of cavalry archers going to catch up with their allies. But the Cossacks here from Snoopa got to get Eagle before he does wall that up. Oh, no. No, Snoopa's walled Eagle out. Oh, Snoopa. You sly dog. You do not treat Eagle that way. You treat him with care and respect. Do not wall him out from his own town centre. But I think Snoopa is aware that the possibility of a Mahout pop, a Urumi pop is there. So he's just going to take map control, starve India out, and try and force any fights away from the town centre so that they're out in the open. Eaglemut does have 6 Bostanchi Hussars now, which is pretty decent. But with many upgrades now, Cossacks with their veteran Cossacks, Boyars, Cavalry Karas, Cavalry Combat as well. They're ridiculously upgraded behind this. And the Strats just trained very well versus the Gurkhas. The thing that Eaglemut, all his food's coming at home from these 2 rice paddies. His food income is pretty poor. His income at the moment is about 1,200 resources per minute. Meanwhile, Snoopa, well, he's gathering more of that in food alone and gathering a decent wood and coin income and has map and has more production. He's at 71 villages. He's just triple producing vills. He's just saying, come at me, bro. I ain't scared of you. And Eaglemut's on a very short clock at the moment. No, Russia's not lame. I think people are getting used to Russia getting this patch. I think it's a tolerable spot. It's not top tier. It's not bottom tier. It's like being middle. It feels very solid, but it doesn't feel it's exceptional, but good. I think with Russia as well, good players can squeeze much more out of Russia than mediocre. Like, I cannot play Russia. I just cannot get into the habit or the play style. But like Snoopa bounced a bit of early eco, went for a tiny bit of aggression, forced the reaction there from Eagle, but has maintained a military advantage over his Indian opponent, forcing Eagle to stay defensive and just took map and then just basically wins via economy. He hasn't won just yet, but he's at 80 vills versus Eaglemut and 41. Now, it doesn't take a rocket science to work out what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes if Eagle doesn't do something. He either tech push with H4 Yumis or do something. Snoopa's got a pretty sneaks in Eagle's base. The drama. These are buffed by Boyars. Vet upgrade, Cav combat as well. 26 with a 3 multiplier versus Vils. That's doing too much to a villager. Villager do have their great coats, but they still will go down in 3 hits. I think maybe 4 hits actually with their melee resist. So a little bit. But finally, more Falcons coming out. Where are the elephants? Are they still alive? The siege elephants are they've gone. They got picked off earlier, it looks like, but Snoopa slow pushing now with the superior forces. 88 population here for Eaglemut. Snoopa aged up to the 4th age now, aging up there with the Lotus Dish. Age up to the 4th age with the Lotus Station. What? What? You're gonna age up the Lotus Station twice? I don't know. Maybe it's the same name but different politician. Might be like a musketeer builds forts type of thing. Can't remember. I haven't actually got to 4th age Russia for a long time, to be honest, to confirm that. Eagle was evacuating his vills. It's cute. I kind of think this is Turkey now from Eaglemut, to be honest. When he does see Snoop gets to the 4th age, I think Eaglemut must realise, I'm not going to lie, I think I'm in a poor position here. Town Center goes down, Ville's evacuating. Snoopa went to engage, but Eagle pushes Seaboys forward, and Snoopa pulled back the Cossacks, declined the invitation to go for aggressive, and yeah, he's just waiting to tech his strats to guard strats and go for the Tatar. Oh, yeah, it's Tatar. It's not Tatar, is it? Tatar. Tartar? Tartar. Oh, it could be 1,000 pronunciations. Yurumi being called here from Eaglemut, age 3 Yurumi, but behind us, charging across the field. More Cossacks here from Snoopa. Is in the 4th age. Let's look at his lineup. In comes Guard Strats, Guard Cossacks, and 2 heavy cannons. Opted for the fancy named Tsar cannons over the 2 heavy cannons, but they both do the same job, both the same shipment. He's only got the 1 heavy cannon shipment in his deck. But the Guard Cossack, I think it's a very smart play here from Snoopa. He knows that the Tartar cavalry archers cost 1,000 wood coin to upgrade because they are, the Royal Guard upgrades. But the Cossacks, these guys are super stacked. They're basically as good as a veteran hussar with cavalry combat, but they have their guard upgrade. They have their cav combat, their boyars, their cav cuirass, and I'm not missing anything, am I? Yeah, I don't think so. But now there's just so much siege here. The Falconets, the heavy cannons. Eaglemut must do something, else he will lose his entire base and wonders. Unfortunately, from Eagle's point of view, he's currently housed. He's sending in 2 Mahouts. He's ending his relationships with the Ottoman consulate. I don't think he's expecting that to get that done before with the British. But yeah, there's the Mahout. The Gurkha's going to try and push forward, trying to kite, but the Falconets are wise to it. Will turn around and Eaglemut retreats. Vastanchi, Hussars and 2 Mahouts charge forwards, leading the charge Oh, so yes, actually, the Tatar cavalry. I swear it was Tartar cavalry archers. There's no R in the middle. I really don't know actually how to pronounce these guys. Doesn't matter. There's heavy cannons here. There's guards, Cossacks guard, cavalry archers and guards, strelets here, and Eagle will get cleaned. Unfortunately, for you Eagle believers dreaming of a comeback, not today. Especially as the heavy cannons are still stood, and the GG's been called. GG's indeed. Yeah, it's just the early engagements probably went a little bit in favour there for Snoopa, but just holding map and holding military advantage. And when Eaglemut did age, Snoopa was pushing in. Initially went really well for Eagle, but Snoopa's reinforcements did very, very, very well. And just having the map and the early spice trade build here from Snoopa worked in his advantage because the game went really long. The villager population, obviously Snoopa overtaking, having a faster villager progression than India naturally does, but once the second town centre comes in and the third, she just jumps straight up to 80 vils, cancels any more vils, he doesn't need it, he just wants to invest purely into military, and Eaglemut just continuously losing villagers due to the fighting in his own backyard. Yeah, Snoopa drastically outgathering there as to be expected, and yeah, we'll move on to the next game. So that's going to be 2 to Snoopa. Then we'll move on to the final game. Oh, I feel like I've got sort of a blocked nose or sore throat at the moment. Maybe it's going to be bedtime afterwards. I've drunk like 4 litres of water today as well. I've been quite good on that side. Oh, no. Alright guys, last game of the night tonight is going to be a British mirror on the Great Plains. Some say it's a classic matchup, some say it's the worst matchup in the game possible. Some players absolutely love a British mirror. I remember fondly explaining Jailed his first British mirror. He was so hyped, he was so excited. He was like, Master Harrison, will there be longbows? Will there be hussars? I was like, no, Jailed, there'll be musketeers. More musketeers. And musketeers. What do you mean by final game? Spoilers. Well, it's a play all 3 series, and we're into the 3rd game, and this is the final series of the night. And I'm going to go bed afterwards. So this is going to be the final game, but I won't tell you how long the game is, and I won't tell you who wins the game, because I don't know on both those counts. Yeah, GUA would say this is like a luck-dependent matchup. It's like whoever gets lucky with getting their tower up first, or whoever gets lucky with the better Musk micro, which you sit there thinking, wait, you mean skill, don't you? You mean skill, but he'd always say it's luck, especially if he's on the receiving end of it. But we trust in the wise GUA, leader of the British players, the greatest of them all, and both players here fighting over 30 food, which is not often you see. Crack shot coming in. Okay, Eaglemut just went for a regular shot, but Snoopa's crack shot right between the skull. And there you go, 30 food, because he just looks around so he knows there's nothing else worth taking. Okay, to be fair, he hasn't scouted out the 70 XP yet, which is going to be good treasure, but it's not going to help him his first age card, but it might allow him to do a sneaky VC, but I don't think VC is meta in the Brit Mirror, and it's not worth risking basically losing your entire game as a result of sending an extra card in age 1. I had a really busy weekend. I woke up this morning and my body was so aching, and then I was like, shit, I've still got to finish off my master's project a couple hours before it's due in, because I was busy with playing music away on the weekend. So basically today it feels like my weekend, but not physically in the best place at the moment, as in tired, achy, and probably do need to catch up on some sleep. Because the sleep I had on Saturday was on a camp bed in the middle of a kitchen. It wasn't a glorious sleep. It was just there to get the job done, get up, get kitted out, play some music, get it back, and come home afterwards. I even played football on Sunday night. Like, I've done everything this weekend, absolutely everything. And if you can't tell by my casting, it's slowed down. I'm tired. But also, if you've not noticed, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. It feels like I have tested myself for coronavirus, but it is not coronavirus. It's just a cold, which feels weird. But I'm in this day, you catch a cold before you catch corona. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, that's who knows? It could be just a side effect of the second coronavirus jab, or maybe coming across with some guys. I was playing with some guys from Oxfordshire on the weekend as well, so that might be a bit of a, those guys bringing their diseases and bugs from mid-county down to the southwest. Was it these explorers crossing paths again? But this time it's Eaglemut who picks up 85 wood treasure, and what a good treasure for Eaglemut to pick it up. Snoopa though moving back towards his side of the map. He hasn't really picked up anything. Both players dropping manor houses next to each other. This coyote is looking a bit interested of what's going on here, and Snoopa is going to try and herd this hunt away from Eagle. A third settler has been called for from Eaglemut. This is just gonna be messy. I love how the it changes colour depending on who you see it. It's I've just blown up the game. Hey, Snooper's age up to the clone age. Eagle's up to the clone age as well. Basically on the same build, 18 vills. Lovely jab lace. Training their 19th. 700 wood from both players going down. Barracks being instantly built, and we have towers coming down on top of each other there. Outpost wagon. Does he want to build on top of his own barracks or on his opponent's? It looks like he's actually... Oh, that's a mistake here from Eagle. This outpost covers any unit being built from this barracks, but this outpost doesn't. So any musketeer trained from this barracks can come out alive and won't get you damaged on. So that, for me, that's initially the biggest difference already, which you don't often think is a crucial difference, but it is it's just worth noticing in that regard. Yeah, I got my second vaccine last Thursday, I think, but it's only Monday now, so it's a bit, it feels really delayed. If it was the case, I don't think it is. It might be. I don't know. I felt fine during the weekends though. Oh no, someone's attacked the coyote. Snoopa trying to micro has clicked on the wrong unit, and all his coyotes just going to slowly, well, actually do quite a bit of damage versus the coyotes. Eagle was backing, but this is his golden opportunity to make the most of this. Unfortunately, I think he's just let that opportunity go just a little bit of A-board here. That outpost is on very low HP. You know, I mean, not very low, it's half, but it's his opportunity to kind of keep going. And yeah, the coyote is still pretty angry. He's basically picked up again, and if he kills all his coyotes, then this explorer can actually pick up the treasure up for another villager, which is, you know, certainly quite. And yeah, Snooper's struggling to kind of control his army in this situation. But I've got to say, the outpost here from Eaglemut does so much damage. There's 6 musketeers. It's super sending Snooper sending 6 musk himself. Both players doing 700 into 6 musk here. Snooper, he's got a bit of a crazy deck. No, it's sad deck. I don't know what happened there. I just wheeled through and picked up some person's FI deck. I don't know, but the tower's gone down. The musketeers come out, but I think locally it's a little bit more here for Snooper. Snooper's 14 vills. Eaglemut 14 vills as well. It's neck and neck as we go into this middle part of this game. The villagers behind will actually get... Oh no, Arthur Hudson, you do not pick up that trapped villager. He's just going to try and annoy the settler. He's going to pick up and rescue her sister from the tree. Right, let's back in base and see what else is going on with these villagers. They do have their hunting dogs. I bet you Snooper's got steel traps. He's the type of person that has steel traps. Yeah, he has his steel traps. Always his steel traps. Never forgets. And yeah, I think it's very, very close. Both players on similar vills. Eaglemut's actually on 31 vills. Snooper's on 28. So I think Snooper's... Did Snooper cut vill production for this? He's going to get a big batch of musks at the moment. Sending in 600 wood now, but this would be a great time actually for musk attack. I think I like the idea of sending a musk combat card, one card before you really kind of want it or need it. Because that way you're always one card ahead of your opponent, and you're just always taking good fights. You always feel like you can just slowly eke out your advantage that way. But yeah, both players will probably send Musk attack now. Eagle, yep, Eagle sends in it. Snoopa a little bit behind on the experience here. I think most of it's come from the outpost kill and the manor house kill that Eagle got onto Snoopa's buildings, which gives him a little bit of that tempo advantage here. 31 musketeers for Snoopa. Eaglemut 24 musketeers, but does get the earlier upgrade in behind. Bit of a stronger eco though, 36 fills to Snoopa's only 37, but these guys, they don't have their steel traps, whereas Snoopa's do. Another villager goes down. I'd like to see Eagle back in now. Yeah, nice pick off from the back. Take your little trades while you can. Eagle, as soon as his card comes in, he should be checking to see if his goes tech. He hasn't. He's got better units, and he's going to take this fight, it looks like. Oh, a bit of pathing around the barracks. This is awkward, especially because the Musks spawn on the top side. So I think Eaglemut's got only 25 vills here. Snoopa's only 33. Snoopa, he hasn't. His upgrade's not in yet. He's just fighting up against a upgrade disadvantage. I think he wins the fight though because he does have more reinforcements and more units in that sense. 26 units here versus Eaglemut's 25. But yeah, a couple of his Musks did join just late on. At the moment, they are sieging down. But Eaglemut about to send his infantry attack at the moment, and Snoopa's only just got his infantry attack. You get a big batch of units here. I think Snoopa will feel confident once this batch of units moves us in. Eagle may just be careful. He's sending his shipment now. His musketeers are a bit out of sync actually, which is not super ideal. But as long as he gets a full batch here, it'll be quite nice. Yeah, he's get some good production there. 4 musketeers is pretty decent. Solid effort. He's got still 41 vills behind versus Snoopa's only 33, and then there's the infantry HP attack coming in behind. So 20 vills here from Eaglemut. 24 from Snoopa. Does lose 1 vill. Open gambit there, and oh, what a split fire there from Eagle. God, 3 drop. Another 3 drop from 1 loss. Like, please tell me how Eaglemut gets these amazing Z moves off. It's just literally turning the game in his favour on that attack there and then. Oh, batch of 5 just about to come out from this barracks. That's be a huge pop there for Snoopa. Got Eagle surrounded, and Eagle kind of has to stand. It feels like Eagle has to kind of stand and fight. He doesn't have to, but yeah. Again, all the action happening on this screen. 18 musketeers here for Snoopa. Eaglemut has only just a 10. Another batch of 5 coming out. But I think you should really try and set underneath his outpost a little bit more and try and let the outpost do a bit of damage. Snoopa repairing that barracks, that's very nice to see. I think Eagle will be a bit annoyed. I think Eagle thinks it's still on like 10 HP, but it's got to go all the way back up to 2,500. What's TCL? The TCL is the name I've given to this league. It's the Trash Can League for players between the elos of approximately 1,500 to 1,750. Although I've come to realise very recently, since the African civs, that elo does not mean a single thing in this world anymore. A lot of people will be very, try to lame the lamest civs to get the pixie points, and some people just don't care and just want to play a bit of fun. But essentially, I know basically all the players. Or I know of the players. I know that all these games will be some really good games, and like you're saying, score between Eaglemut and Snoopa. Snoopa's 2-0 up. Game 2 maybe wasn't that close, but Game 1 was a close game, and Game 3, this is tense stuff. This is both players having similar armies. 25 musks here from Eagle. Snoopa's still at 34. He's got a musk advantage. His vill count's coming up 40 vills, but I think Eaglemut ahead with 50 villagers at the moment. 150 mana pop here, where Snoopa's only at 120. Let's see what Eagle's got his 5 vills already on the field. Snoopa's now sending in his 5 villagers, but this is a decent fight here. Yeah, it's a good fight for Snoopa. It's a good engagement angle, and then the reinforcement batches there from the barracks actually do very, very well. The radiant musks here from Snoopa will be annoying to deal with. Actually, we'll get a huge raid on these villagers on the backside, and will force a large reaction from Eagle. awkward hunting around a little pond. It's not what you want to see. Snoopa only now 3 villagers behind, and those musketeers will get a huge raid on those pronghorn. And yeah, is this a musketeer raid of himself? Yeah, Eagle's now sending musketeers to raid down here. Oh, that's a good play. So both players are gonna take a leaf out of giving Zati's book and raid of musketeers. And yeah, these 6 musketeers will 2-shot kill a vill, which is certainly pretty decent. It's not hugely strong. Eagles continuously trying to siege a barracks, but I think the thing is, every time you siege a barracks, you're not shooting, and you're losing units. And oh no, he's running past. Oh, it's not great, and it's the angle as well. It's not a great angle. Really want your infantry in a nice line formation to get the best firing rate. But yeah, Snoopa here, 31. Eagle here, 24. Nice musks. They kind of cut in though. They didn't really stay at the back line. The musks in Eagle's base have idled so many villagers though. That's the thing. He's got 27 villas idled, whereas Snoopa is gathering out with all of them still. Eagle is just running. He's just doing a drive-by without the actual shooting part. He's just running through, having a good time. And I think Snoopa's now starting to take the lead in this matchup. Yeah, it was so close. I think once that Rax goes down, you know, Snoopa's down a batch of 5 to 10 musks, but he would easily rebuild it elsewhere. The thing is with Snoopa now, with that wood being said, he's getting other things like more manor houses behind. This could be a really good fight for Eagle, actually. It's a really good line engagement. He's actually got 13 musks here, where Snoopa is just losing everything. He's got to get destroyed. A huge batch is about to come up. He's just taking a fight before reinforcements, and Eagle is just single-handedly just swung this. What's happened here? What's happened here? Yeah. And Eagle just saying in the chat, like, you just ran through your base doing absolutely. I have no idea what happened there down there. That was funny to see. Just walking by, just being polite. Oh, just in the blue. I don't know what's happened in the last second for this just a transformation. I think Eaglemut here sending 700 coin, but to your opponent here sending advanced arsenal. With the coin, you bet you can eat it up so fast and spend it, but to try to throw down an arsenal, and it's double racks being thrown down. It's not an arsenal because he hasn't got the resources for it, and yeah, this is just out of the blue. Musks come out of nowhere, and I think just one bad engagement from Snoopa when the Eagles' infantry all lined up, single file, taking great surface area on top of Snoopa's mass. And it's just decidedly going wrong. Eagle's ways is pushing in. That's probably the first villager he's killed all game, so round of applause there for Eagle for killing his first villager. I don't think he knows about the hunting on the southern side. If we look at Eagle's point of view, he may have indications that units are dead down here. He's got some indication if he's looking for it, but I think he's happy putting the barracks under pressure, especially. Oh, there's Minutemen being forced. Looks like he wants to try and back off a bit. We've got good reinforcements coming in. He's going to try and age though. Aging could be risky, especially if you're this deep into enemy territory. So try and go for a fighting retreat here. Take as many with him possible, but it's still a good fight though for so yeah, still a good fight for Eagle. Just all his units are together in one place. That's what makes it really strong. 38 musketeers there for Eaglemut. Well, Snoopa, yeah, it's only 17. I think the armies look somewhat similar because the Minutemen were padding out and how spread out Snoopa's forces were, but it's just because Eagles were so condensed, they're always fighting, they're always covering each other's back, and they're just doing well. Okay, the 16-minute gang sort is the new meta, it seems, but Eaglemut on the top side of the map, on the Bisons, on the Pronghorn. Yeah, good hunting here. Does have his steel traps, did move the villagers across. Also, didn't lose too many villagers there from that 6 musgrave earlier on. Bit of idle, but didn't lose them, which is very important. Arsenal does come down. I think Steve's point of view. He's actually afforded flintlock. That's a very expensive tech. I think it's like 300 a piece. I don't know its precise number. I don't often use advanced arsenal, but calling 6 longbow as well. They're just so bad in comparison to flintlock musketeers. That's the problem that Snoopa has, is that he'd been much better with 700 coin. The longbows are just going. I think the longbows are just going to go to raid. I think no, it's just the musk's going to be sent to top side to try and get some damage. This manor house from Eagle actually provides so much line of sight, as in the point that he'll see this musk raid and he realise that all these units, something needs to be done to protect them once he sees musks coming in. Agent comes in, the first card here. Please let it be musk combat. He does have it in deck. And that's going to be so huge once he gets that musk combat. Yeah, it does. It goes musk combat, falconet. Yeah, that's the correct order. Eaglemut, absolutely loving that. Loving that play. He's trying to chase down his rogue musketeers, be annoying. He does see some villagers top side, so he might chase them down with those other units. But he will try to make sure he gets as many kills as he can. Not really, because musketeers counter hussars, because of, heavy infantry better than cavalry, and longbows don't get upgraded. They can't move when they're firing, or they can't fire and then move effectively. And they only have a 1.25 multiplier versus musketeers, so essentially, yeah, musks is the way to go. It's like a Swedish mirror with Karolines as well. It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. A couple of Snoopa villagers taking pot shots on Eagle, but Snoopa's villagers also get swiftly executed up the coin mine as well. I don't really know what they're doing up there, to be honest. Seem a little bit far away from their own coin mines. This has been gathered up. This has been gathered up pretty quickly. Actually, Snoopa has enough coins to keep him going. Eaglemut has aged up with the town centre wagon. Town centre wagons usually look a lot better when they're actually being built, doing something. This guy does look very, very bored, it must be said. He's like, I should only now build something, my sire. Yeah, he's going to cross the map. That's a long way to get that town centre being built, though, on that far west side of the map. Probably the best place actually would be down here to secure this 5k coin mine. Tactically, that's so strong. Vet Musk with Musk Combat trying to catch up with Snoopa's double carded and flintlock musketeers, and Eagle going industrial. Oh my god, the disrespect on this boy. I don't get it. I swear this game was like so close for like all this time, and then just one random fight between similar number units and bam, Eaglemut's up 2 ages. It might even be 2 ages in the end, because Industrial Age attacks faster than Fortress Age, but yeah, Snoopa will get to the Fortress Age. So here come the Falconets as well. This is going to be tough for Snoopa, because the thing is, when you see Falconets, you kind of need to send your own Falconets to counter that, but that means you're missing out on your musk combat. So your musketeers will be decisively weaker in the actual musketeer fight. Snoopa makes an artillery foundry. Yeah, I like that play. When you're this behind, you kind of need falconets and just pray for a miracle. But fighting here on the western front, Eaglemut taking down Snoopa. It looks like the final musketeer goes down. He's going to come back in. Topside villagers going down. But in the base, the age up here from Snoopa's happens. Longbows pop out from the town centre. And the musketeers from Snoopa going to go right side. Trying to get this flank onto the falconets. One must goes down. I think 2 series afterwards. Colonial longbows to stand, but don't do much damage versus these heavily upgraded units here. Don't really add much. Falconets going to go around, and I think Eaglemut's going to stand still as their move. What a good position here from Eaglemut. He realises he's trying to flank the falconets here. Eaglemut is training lots of units. He's not going for redcoats just yet. He's going to send Congreve rockets in, which will be very, very nice. Yeah, so I don't know. His age up hasn't done too much, but I think he does have falconets on the age up. Yeah, the engineer age up is going to give him extra falconets, which is really nice. Yeah, it's just the 2 infinite rockets, not the 3 rockets. But yeah, Eaglemut, my man, he's thoroughly shown Snoopa how to play the Brit. It was a close game. I think it could have gone either way, but Eaglemut now 10,000 points in the lead. Yeah, it is. And it's just going to it gets to the point when you stop microing, you just right click, and even then the right click is just better micro than the Snoopa. I'm joking, Snoopa, I love you, mate. Good game being called. Eaglemut taking that game. And the end of this series is 2-1 victory for Eagle. No, 2-1 victory for Snoopa. Eagle does get the final game, which is lovely to see. And yeah, another good series from the TCL has come to an end. So, guys, if you have enjoyed that series and the previous series, or if you've not seen the previous series, do go check out the previous series. I do encourage you to do so. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you are following the YouTube channel, also and the Twitch channel as well, just so you know when the next TCL games, next Caster games. I think we're about to enter the fifth week for the rounds, or the fifth round, but we're still under halfway for all the games casted. There's loads to go, probably only about a third's been done, so lots of more action to go. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much.